an alarming drone incident that forced one of the U.S.'s most critical Air Force bases to close its airspace.
Wright-Patterson Air Force Base airspace was closed for about 4 hours Friday night into Saturday morning.
I went to the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. They were unable to talk to us, but we did talk to a few people who live in the area.
I was kind of shocked to hear they made its way out here. I think there's a lot of unknowns. I think it's kind of weird. No one really knows what it is.
This morning, lawmakers are demanding government officials do more and explain more after weeks of suspicious sightings.
Where are all these drones coming from that people are seeing, and why aren't we doing a better job of tracking them and understanding that it can't be the Wild West of drones out there in Jersey or anywhere else? We got to get to the bottom of this, and people deserve answers.
Y'all are about to see some UAP and orb footage that y'all ain't never seen before. This stuff looks crazy. Just watch. That's crazy.
What?
They hiding something from us. They are hiding something from us. What is really going on? Because what in the world is that? Oh, that shit looks crazy.
See, there's another one up here.
I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Exactly. It's incredible. Whatever it is. Woo! Whoa. Man.
What? Alexis, I don't think that's a plane.
What in the world? He said, I don't think that's a plane. No, it ain't.
What is this?
What is this?
Outside my window.
Outside my window.
Somebody, please explain to me what the hell is this? Outside my goddamn window, man.
Yo, he is tripping. Man, can't nobody explain it, bro. Unfortunately. It's an orb, that's for sure.
All right, you may remember this incident in Arizona that happened where you see a clear UFO hovering over a house. This exact same person just discovered, again, another UFO that looks absolutely insane just flying around in the streets. Look at that.
What the? Yo, that looks crazy. Oh, we got some music out here. We're gonna mute that. That's unnecessary. But look at this.
I just zoomed at it and I cropped it in so you can see the UFO a little bit more clearly. Look at it. What on earth is this?
That's what I'm saying.
You cannot say that this is a plane flying not sideways. How on earth should a plane fly sideways? Come on. This is a clear UAP you saw again in Arizona.
And it looks as though that it's being escorted by something. I don't know what to make of this stuff because from my knowledge, certain aircrafts can't be in the sky at this proximity together side by side at the same time. So when you see two aerial crafts in the sky within this close of a proximity, what could it mean? Is it being followed? Is it being escorted? Is it being monitored? What is happening?
My name is Ryan Hurd. I'm the mayor of Pequannock, New Jersey, and I am sick and tired of the government, Mayorkas and Kirby, gaslighting the American people. Don't believe your eyes, they say. Well, I trust the residents of Pequannock when they say there are drones flying over their homes. Let's talk about the last 7 days. Let me give you a recap of what's been going on. 1 week ago, I penned a letter signed by 21 mayors in Morris County, New Jersey, demanding answers about the mysterious drones flying over our skies since November 18th. Since then, I've been raising the issue at the top of my lungs on every platform I can, from local news like News 12 and Wade Patch to national outlets like Fox News, CNN, and beyond. Despite all of this, we still don't have answers. Let's put this into perspective. During the Cuban Missile Crisis, we reacted immediately to a potential threat 100 miles from our shores. After 9/11, we vowed to never overlook the warning signs that could endanger lives. Today, we see drones in action every night on the news, dropping payloads in Ukraine and changing the course of conflict. Now, we have drones flying over our homes, families, and critical infrastructure here in New Jersey. An intelligence bulletin even warns that if you encounter a downed drone, you should, number one, call 911, alert the bomb squad, and avoid approaching without a hazmat suit. What is going on here? This isn't political. This is about our safety and security. It doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, or even independent. We need every elected official in New Jersey to stand together and put pressure on Washington to demand answers. Our families deserve peace of mind. Our communities deserve action. There are drones flying over our homes now, and it's time for our leaders to act. I'm asking for your help. Please share this and let our voices be heard. Let's demand action. Because I have to tell you, as a mayor of a small town in New Jersey, we have a responsibility. Mayors, councilmen, pretty much of any town. You know, if something's wrong, you're going to call us, whether it's your garbage that's not picked up, whether it's the leaves, whether if there's a pothole in front of your house, you're going to call us, and we have a responsibility to act. We have a responsibility to pass our budget. Matter of fact, our budgets have to be passed by council and then go up to the state to be approved. We can't work in a deficit. Yet, as you go up the food chain, it seems like you can do whatever you want. This is unacceptable, and I'm tired of it. Things have to change. I want answers, my residents deserve answers, and the American people demand answers.
There's a lot of people that believe that the media isn't covering this topic, this situation. As you guys saw in the beginning of the video, that was media, and the media is trying to cover this, and they also are seeking answers as well. It's rare that the media doesn't know something. Even if they get it wrong, they still have some sort of information to provide us. But now we're living in the times where they have just as many questions as we want answers. And like Mayor Ryan Hurd said, this is something that could be a potential serious threat to our nation, and we don't know nothing about it. But like Donald Trump said, the government does.
Mysterious drones flying above multiple counties, and no one really seems to know exactly what's going on.
They just hover. A little bit over there, a little bit over there, a little bit, but they just hover back and forth.
Wharton, New Jersey resident and Terror Talk podcast host Michael B. has spent the past 2 weeks attempting to see what these peculiar-looking light-up moving dots are in the sky with a drone of his own. But so far, he hasn't had any luck.
The other night, there was, right here over Picatinny, there was a drone just hanging out. I put my drone up in the air and went towards it. I had full battery life. Not 3 minutes into the flight, I lost control of the drone. Warning on my screen, lost control, and my drone started going down, dead battery.
Michael lives less than a quarter mile from the Picatinny Arsenal Army base, and it has been there over the past few weeks where the military says they have spotted at least 11 unauthorized drones. Governor Phil Murphy says he now needs federal help in finding out where these are coming from.
This isn't the first time that we heard someone say that they've tried to get close to these drones using civilian drones only to have their drones shut down or powered down. What kind of technology are they using that can disrupt another drone or even cause it to lose battery, lose power, just being in proximity to it? Or could these drones be coming from somewhere else?
We build craft that look like their craft. They build craft that look like ours. It's underway right now. These drone things that are popping up over air bases, drones, a nice prosaic term that calms us down. Well, maybe somebody went to Amazon and bought one, or Walmart or something. They're trying to shoot those things down. They haven't been able to using the kind of sophisticated anti-drone technology. It doesn't work on these things. I think those drones they're something else, and they're telling us something.
They don't know anything. They don't know what it is. They don't know where it come from. They don't know nothing.
All right, so you're here today. You were just inside. You walked out. Why?
I walked out because it was worthless. It was the biggest amateur hour presentation I've ever seen about anything, okay? It was ridiculous. There were no answers. Every question that was asked by a member of the state legislature, great questions, no answers, no resolution. They don't know where the drones are coming from. They don't know who's doing it. They don't know why they're doing it, but they say there's no credible threat. It was annoying to be there. I drove 2 hours to be here today, spent an hour in there. I got to drive 2 hours back. The biggest waste of 5 hours in my entire life.
So why do you think they called this meeting?
No idea. Why would you call a meeting to tell people you don't know anything? I have no idea. And then when the legislators would ask questions, there were no answers. Here's the most frustrating part. The colonel of the state police said that he had a helicopter of his flying above one of these drones, a 6-foot drone or something. I can't remember exactly what he said. And he felt unsafe for his helicopter, so he just let it go. Just let it go. Where'd it go? Who knows? Didn't want to follow it because you didn't feel safe. Is that not the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard? I mean, honestly.
Do they have any idea where these drones are originating?
No, they don't. They would. Maybe if they followed that sucker to when it landed, they would know. But they don't. This is a complete lack of effort, in my opinion, on trying to figure this out. This is not about ability. We have the technology. We have the people. We have the training. We have the resources. We have the money. It's just a lack of effort. I mean,
why?
I don't know. They should be saying, you know what they should have done today with productive use of our time, if they didn't know anything? Come in there and say, hey, legislators, we don't know anything. But if you get us these 10 things, do these 10 things for us, and the governor calls in this kind of action, we can figure it out. Will you help us? And then we would have helped them. But instead it was just excuse after excuse, and we know nothing. It was infuriating, and I got up and I walked out.
You've been in the service, right?
Yeah, I was an attack helicopter pilot, Apache helicopter pilot in the Army, and I helped stand up the initial unmanned aircraft training battalion in the aviation sector of the Army. So I know a little bit about what I'm talking about, and these guys are not doing the job they need to do to figure out what's going on, and that is the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, and the state police.
And they're saying no threat to Americans.
They're saying no threat, but how the hell do they know? When I walked in here today, I was actually pretty calm. I was excited to be here to find out a couple things. I thought they'd be like, hey, listen, it's FedEx, trying to figure it out. But instead I got the most ridiculous amateur hour briefing I've ever sat through.
Wow, that's truly upsetting.
I'm telling y'all, they're trying to keep us in the dark. That's all it is. That's all it could be. Because why else would they be putting more manpower, more effort into figuring out what these things are and where they are coming from? And just like the Mandela effects I'll be covering on this channel, this junk is starting to piss me off.
Everybody need to watch this video.
In 5 years, we're going to see 415,000 low-orbit satellites. Bill Gates says his 65,000 satellites alone will be able to look at every square inch of the planet 24 hours a day. They're putting in 5G to harvest our data and control our behavior. Digital currency that will allow them to punish us from a distance and cut off our food supply. Vaccine passports.
So basically, they're capable of doing all of that to surveillance the United States citizens, but yet they don't know where these drones are coming from. Yeah, right. Breaking news, y'all. This literally just happened as I'm making this video. On TikTok, the content creators on there that are covering and talking about these drones and orbs are basically no longer allowed to call them drones anymore. Guess what they're calling them? Dior Bags. I know, right? Watch.
Why is no one allowed to talk about the sudden appearance of Dior Bags everywhere? They first showed up last year, vanished, and then they reappeared in October. And now they're all over the place, even internationally. So something does not add up. We funded a fashion show in Europe. A designer's rival was ousted. We sent models to a Middle Eastern event. And then suddenly, the Dior bags showed up there as well. And we all know if you want a really good knockoff, Chi-Town is your first stop. With a major fashion show 28 days away, it's really hard to believe that these Dior bags are just making a friendly appearance. Considering the fashion industry's current involvement in multiple controversies, more realistic to think that an attack on our handbag collection is really what's happening. And I'm pretty confident in saying that the Dior bags are trying to prevent that from happening. Remember, sometimes things are made to look like one thing, to hide what they really are.
Now, I've been working on this video right here for a couple of days now, but when I opened up my TikTok this morning and I saw that my For You page was just flooded with Dior bag, I'm like, what are they talking about? Why is this a thing? I'm so confused. I don't understand. Y'all, I literally was watching this video that we just watched, holding it in my hand, still laying in the bed, dozing off to sleep. It dawned on me, literally in the midst of falling back to sleep. I'm like, they're not talking about Dior bags. They're talking about the drones.
If I say Dior handbags to you, what does that mean? Because while some people would assume they're talking about the actual brand Dior, and obviously they have bags, it turns out here on TikTok, it's something completely different. As you may know, there have been certain sightings in New Jersey and across the entire country, and there's now a conspiracy theory online that TikTok, legacy media, and other media sources are trying to make you forget that that was even a thing. And people believe that by saying the word drones or New Jersey drones, said videos will be suppressed. And I don't know, because I mean, I did a video, it got 100 and something thousand views, and I guess maybe I'm kind of using this video to test that theory. So first, I have a couple questions for you. One, have you heard this before, saying Dior bags instead of drones? Next, are you seeing a lot of drones? And if you are, where are you in the United States? And third, do you believe that these drones are here and could potentially harm us, or do you think they're just kind of flying in the sky, doing their own thing, and we don't have to worry about it? If you can't answer those in the comment section below, I would appreciate it, and be sure to follow me for more.
This creator on TikTok, whose video has over 500,000 followers, his video is not performing half as well as the videos of people that are calling these drones Dior bags. It doesn't make any sense to me that they're trying to get us to forget about something that we can literally walk out our doors, look up into the skies and see. Really no point in suppressing the content or shadow banning the content creator for putting out the content talking about these drones when everything that everyone is talking about is merely speculation. How is it that we're supposed to know what these things are if you guys, the government, doesn't even know what these things are, or the media sources? Incredible sighting. U.S. Army veteran films UFO orb over New Jersey. There's nothing like being able to see one of these orbs being captured in the daytime.
And I also have a bunch of vehicles, so that it shouldn't die.
Said it's not an airplane.
Dad, I think Mama's gonna sign me up for gymnastics with Luna.
Absolutely an orb. Absolutely an orb.
I think Mom's gonna sign me up with Luna in the same exact class. Right, Mama? Yeah, Mama.
Crazy to think that over a year ago we talked about the possibility of them trying to distract us with potential alien and UFO sightings. Fast forward to today, I didn't think they were actually going to do it. I didn't think they were actually going to do it, because actually doing it means that y'all do know that we caught on to this, right? We knew this was coming. Y'all ain't fooling us, right? But what we're getting versus what we thought we were getting, I don't know. Maybe this is something more, or maybe that's what they want us to believe. As I was pulling source content from TikTok, a lot of the videos that I was pulling this morning were being removed and deleted before I can get my hands on them. This I had to quickly get and obtain. Look at this. They're trying to ban this video. The orbs are turning into alien spacecrafts. That's crazy to think. I can only hope that this is real. Or pray that it isn't. That thing is flying very low. What kind of phone are they using, man? This look like an old video. It's coming this way. That thing is big. Look at that. I can't tell if this is a cluster of drones. I can't tell if this is a massive, and I mean, because whatever this is, if it's not a cluster of drones that are flying in formation, it is humongous. It is big. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with this clip right here, I believe this clip was filmed in 1997 of the illustrious Phoenix Lights. This is a legendary, and I mean legendary clip. This was well before drones were a thing. These lights were being seen in the skies over Phoenix, Arizona. And it was an incredible sight to see. This is one of the best captures, video captures of the Phoenix Lights. Let's entertain the idea for a second that these Arizona Phoenix Lights are the same thing that we're seeing today. Some sort of drones in the sky, and these just so happen to be flying in formation. This was well before we could even fathom the idea that drones were possible. We had planes, we had helicopters, but there was no conversation of drones, specifically civilian drones. So if these are indeed what it is that we're seeing today, and we don't know exactly where they're coming from, then they could be coming from the same source. Aliens, that's what I'm saying. They're aliens. That's what I'm trying to get at if you didn't pick it up already.
There had, in fact, been face-to-face meetings between United States officials and extraterrestrials from other star systems. There's one species that looks something like a praying mantis. And then the short grays are the ones that you see in the cartoons. The tall grays look much different. They look more like humans. And the Nordic blondes, for example, are so similar to humans that they can walk down the street and not be detected. They are way ahead of us in medicine, agriculture, and still, I guess, presumably in technology. We have bases here. They're afraid that we're going to blow up our planet so that it would be uninhabitable, both for ourselves and for visits from them. And they didn't like that idea. UFOs are as real as the airplanes flying over your head.
If UFOs are indeed as real as the airplanes that are flying over our heads, then it has me thinking about all the interviews that I've ever seen with Elon Musk, especially when he's on the Joe Rogan podcast. And when asked about aliens or UFOs, it's like he quickly tries to dismiss the fact that they could be real. It's like, well, I haven't seen anything. I don't know anything. It's like, really? Mr. SpaceX himself, you don't know anything? Yeah, okay. Okay.
Elon is... Look, he's oddly sly about this stuff. He, outwardly dismisses UFOs. He said, well, if they're there, they're very subtle. That's just...
One might expect that, but okay.
But I just feel like with his contracts with NASA and being involved in SpaceX, he can't talk crazy.
Yeah.
He talks crazy so much about other stuff, but when it's in this, multi-billion-dollar company that he runs, I don't think he can around.
Yeah.
I don't think he can. If it was something that he had no interest in at all, in terms of like financial interest and business interest, I'm sure he would be commenting on it. But he's not commenting on it at all, which makes me go, You know, and I don't think he's going to tell me. I don't think I can call him up because I got a big mouth. I think he knows. I'll be out here talking about a guy I know.
Can't tell a joke.
You gotta appreciate the fact that Joe Rogan is gonna tell what he knows, because yes, he does have a big mouth. If you tell him something, he gonna tell it on his podcast. But anyway, y'all leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Be safe. See ya.